So hi, welcome back to another episode of Girls, 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 and today I'm being joined by
Oni and Anukem.
So give a brief introduction of yourself, who you are, what do you do?
I'm the social media and content manager at Women of Influence. Women of Influence is an integrated events and media company that is shining a spotlight on incredible women so as to affect change in the workplace. So our goal is really equality and equity in the workplace.
That's super neat. So we can start with a fun question first. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
I think I would choose to be able to read people's minds. And I think I'm quite good at reading people's body language and getting a sense of the room. But I think that being able to really understand what people are thinking would just help to take it to that next level. And then, you know, you would get rid of a lot of miscommunication if you could really understand the root of where people are coming from.
Yeah, definitely. So more serious ones. In your opinion, what is the best and worst part about being a girl?
Ooh, the best and worst part about being a girl. Okay, so I'll start off with the best. I would say that the best thing about being a girl is the real kind of sisterhood and community that comes from like female friendship. And I've been really lucky over the years. I have 3 younger sisters, so just starting with that strong bond from such a young age, then getting older and meeting incredible young women at school, and then beyond now into the workplace, that shared experience of you know, girlhood and womanhood is really special, and for me that's like my favorite part of being a woman. And the worst part, I would have to say, is for me personally, the periods. Menstruation is a very tricky thing to deal with. From a young age, I've had really bad periods and really painful periods. So it meant whilst I was at school, monthly, like I would have at least 1 day off school. And so whilst 1 day doesn't seem like such a bad thing, accumulatively, when you're looking at it in a year, that could be 12 missed days off school. You've got to take out the summer months, so a bit less, but still it adds up over the years. And then when you get older and you're getting into the workplace, if you're still experiencing that same difficult menstruation, you don't have the freedom to just, you know, have a sick day. So luckily I've been able to work in very flexible environments that have allowed me to still work with my painful periods, but for me, that's the worst part.
So what is your definition of success, and do you think you've achieved it?
Success. I think that success is constantly evolving. I don't have a finite definition of success. I have success for a point in time. So at each stage of my life, I will have certain goals that I want to achieve. And when I achieve those goals, I see myself as being successful. And whilst I might have those goals, I realize that those goals aren't fixed. As you're trying to achieve something, you can realize, wow, this isn't the route for me, or actually I don't want to do this or look like that, or, you know. So I really think that success is an evolving concept. So I am achieving success in my life, and I hope to continue. But I don't think there's an absolute for me on what success is. It's a very personal thing, and I think that falls in line with the goals that you set for yourself. Obviously there's some like universal ideals of what success is and what success looks like in terms of your income, in terms of, you know, your network, and you know, I mean, they're trialing a funny thing at the moment in Canada on Instagram where they're not showing you
the likes.
Yes, the likes. And so even, you know, the engagement that you receive on social media can be attributed to success. But like in in a more kind of holistic outside way. But really personal success is like I said, personal, and so that evolves for everyone.
Definitely. And with the growth mindset thing going on, it's like even if you're not successful in one part, that doesn't mean you'll never be.
Yes, exactly. And you've got different areas of your life. I think it is important to reflect on the holistic picture and remember that whilst you might not have achieved success in your schoolwork, you might be really amazing at sport, or you know, you might be really caring and like building a community in that sense. So success is multifaceted and very personal.
Yeah, totally agree. So who or what inspires you?
Who or what inspires me? I would say I am inspired by helping people. I'm really inspired by putting the skills that I have to use and helping another person, and really seeing the impact that my help has had on another person's life. So that's really kind of driven my career choices and my like extracurricular activities whilst I was growing up. I really liked getting involved in charity work and you know, really helping at a community level.
That's great. It's good to like spread your influence and I guess not working only for yourself, but for others around you.
For others as well.
Definitely.
But in terms of who's inspired me, I would definitely say the strong female figures in my family. So like my mum, my grandmothers, my aunts. I've been really blessed to have a lot of strong women role models in my life.
Yeah, it's really lucky. So what would you say is your biggest regret?
That's an interesting one. For me in life, there aren't any regrets. We make mistakes, but those teach us. And I often get asked, if you could go back, what would you change about something? And whilst there are like small learnings that you could change, like you could show up on time for something if you were late. On the bigger stuff, I wouldn't change anything, because I think that everything that has happened in my life has led me to the place that I am in right now, and I like that place.
Yeah, exactly. So, what is your proudest achievement?
My proudest achievement. I have several achievements that I'm proud of, but most recently, I would say that my proudest achievement was biting the bullet and leaving the UK and moving over to Canada. So I moved over to Toronto in January of this year.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm very new here. And I think that, you know, in life sometimes we have some big goals that we want to go after, or big dreams that we have that we don't fulfill because we're scared. And moving over here was quite a scary process in terms of like leaving behind loved ones, moving into a new job, finding a place to live. It's a totally different, you know, country, and so there was many elements to that. And I mean, I'm 4 months in now, so I've still got a way to go in terms of like quantifying the impact that this move has had for me, but I'm proud of the fact that I did it in the first place.
Exactly.
Like, I got on the plane with my 4 suitcases and moved over here, and I've been having an incredible time so far.
Yeah, you're gonna love it here.
Thank you.
Really.
There are so many benefits to moving, and I would encourage any young girl who's thinking about, you know, making that big move and living somewhere else to really consider it and try it out. I think you learn about yourself a lot when you move somewhere, and I think that you learn a lot about another way of life, and that's a very beautiful learning that can't always be fulfilled in a vacation.
Definitely. So what is your advice to younger girls out there searching for careers, maybe in your profession or just figuring out what they want to do?
My advice to girls thinking about setting out in a career in the social media, communications, media space would be, firstly, to find a mentor. or a couple of mentors. I think there's a lot of value in mentorship and having somebody who's already been through the process to kind of guide you in terms of making your choices.
Yeah.
And as the saying goes, your network is your net worth. If you have a strong network of people that like believe in you, have seen your capabilities when you come into applying for jobs, it makes it that bit easier.
Yeah.
So that would be my first piece of advice. And then my second piece of advice would be to get as much work experience as possible. It's a very competitive industry with a non-traditional entry route. So more and more as the industry grows, particularly social media, which is very new, there are formal schemes starting to open up, so like graduate programs, but at the moment like it's very limited. So my advice to anyone thinking that the social media space could be for them is to get work experience. So again, having that network that you can reach out to and be like, can I come and do some like work experience, whether that's a formal internship or whether that's just going in, shadowing people and seeing their day-to-day job and like how it works for them. I think there's a lot of value in that. And when you do get a bit older and you're starting to apply for things, that kind of determination from a young age really shows through. And I also say that there's a lot of value in work experience in the general sense. So even if it's not in the industry that you want to go into, just go out there and see what the working world is like, whether it's, you know, a couple of days over your summer vacation or, you know, it's a more like formal piece of work experience. I think just go out there and try things. And when you are young, I would recommend trying as many different things as possible. When I was younger, I started out wanting to be a lawyer. And from the youngest age I can remember, about the age of 7, 8, I'd been saying, I want to be a lawyer. And I continued that through up to university. I was like, yeah, I want to be a lawyer. I then studied law at university and was really going down that path to become a lawyer. And it wasn't until I completed my master's that I really realized that whilst there are elements of this that I totally love, this isn't the profession that I want to have. And that was another bold step that I had to take in terms of transitioning career at an early age, especially when you've spent so much money studying something. I would say never be tied down to something in that sense. If you feel that it isn't right for you, don't be afraid to reevaluate your options and change route. And we are very lucky in this day and age that in our parents' generation and generations before that, there was this ideal that you had to kind of pick a job and stick with it until retirement. That's not the reality in the world that we're living in now. People will have at least 5 different kind of careers in their life. So embrace that, embrace the change, embrace the experience, learn from it, and put it into good use somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for meeting with me. It was fantastic talking to you.
It's been lovely.
Thank you.